What's up, guys? So today I am happy to be able to share with you the kits for several new characters. Rounding out the Brotherhood, we'll be taking a look at Toad and Blob, and then solidifying the Power Armor team, we'll take a look at Lady Ironheart. We'll start off with the newly reshaped Brotherhood. Toad brings a ton of powerful control as well as some dispel to the table, while Blob brings a healthy mix of offense and defense to the team as well as a bit of control. Compared to the original version of the Brotherhood, I expect Brotherhood 2.0 to bring about the same level of damage, possibly a bit more, but with significantly improved control and defense, which in my opinion shores up their major weaknesses. They'll still lack actual sustain, so I don't expect their overall role in the game to change much, although did I mention they'll hard counter Coulson teams now? On that note, let's take a look at their kits. We'll start with the terrible Toad King himself, better known as Toad. Toad's tags are Villain, Global, Mutant, Controller, Brotherhood, and Misfit. I find that Misfit tag particularly interesting. Does this mean we'll one day get the legendary Frogman in Marvel Strike Force? One can only hope. Anyway, clocking in at a fairly average 113 speed, Toad has decent focus and armor with below average damage and very low health. That's pretty standard for a controller, but it doesn't quite tell the whole story. Thanks to his kit, he'll gain a ton of speed towards his first turn when on the Brotherhood, as well as 60% extra focus. He'll also get 25% dodge chance to help with his squishiness, as well as the ability to receive deflects from Blob. He'll gain another 50% focus and 30% max health from Magneto, which means when paired with the Brotherhood, he should have no trouble landing control effects on all but the absolute highest resistance characters, and with another 60% focus gained in War, he'll be very reliable as well as more durable as well as harder to hit than what's shown here. Anyway, on to his abilities. Toad's basic is Tongue Lash. Attack primary target for 260% damage, apply offense down for 1 turn, and slow for 2 turns. I quite like this basic. While the damage is certainly lackluster, the ability to temper a chosen enemy's damage with offense down, as well as a multi-turn slow, helps the Brotherhood in extended fights. It also combos fairly well with his special. Speaking of, Toad's special is Acid Spray. This ability costs 4 energy and is ready on turn 2. Attack primary and all adjacent targets for 280% damage. Each target has all negative effects prolonged by a duration of 1. This ability is even better than it looks. As you'll see when we get to Toad's passive, while this ability can't be used until his second turn is very likely to occur toward the very end of most characters' first turn. This puts Toad in prime position to extend the durations of a whole host of negative effects, including lingering bleeds and blinds. Moving on, Toad's ultimate is Leapfrog. This ability costs 4 energy and starts full. Clear all negative effects from self, apply taunt and defense up to allied Blob, attack primary target for 240% damage and clear 2 positive effects, chain the 4 to 5 adjacent targets for 240% damage and clear 2 positive effects on each target. Counterattack breaks this chain. If Blob is an ally, attack primary and secondary targets for 290% damage instead. This attack cannot be dodged or counterattacked. As you'll see in Toad's passive, he gets to use this ability before Magneto even goes. Thanks to all his extra focus, he should be able to reliably remove several of the immunity buffs even from a team like Fury Shield, which opens them up to a Magneto ultimate. It also puts a taunt on Blob to force, again, the Coulson team to split the focus of their opening barrage, even when Coulson doesn't initially target Blob, which he usually will. And finally, Toad's passive is Amphibian Anatomy. Gain 25% dodge chance, on spawn fill 15% speed bar, fill 15% speed bar per Brotherhood ally. 50% chance to gain assist now on each Brotherhood ally's turn. On turn, if any Brotherhood ally is taunting, gain +1 offense up to a maximum of 3. In War, gain 60% focus. Brotherhood allies gain 60% focus. This passive is just what he needed. Dodge chance to aid his survivability, speed to clear immunities and defense ups before Magneto goes, offense up for extra focus and damage if anyone is taunting, and extra focus for the entire team in War. Even though this sets up Brotherhood 2.0 as a hard counter to Coulson defenses in War, I'm still really glad they didn't restrict the War perks to offense or defense specifically. Moving on, next we'll take a look at everyone's favorite circus freak, Blob. Clocking in at an unimpressive 80 speed, Blob boasts high armor backed by moderate health, along with mediocre damage and low focus. As per usual, the graph doesn't quite tell the whole story, Not only will Blob spawn with 2 turns of offense up, which will greatly aid his damage, but he'll also gain defense up, deflect, and deathproof from Juggernaut, greatly boosting his already decent survivability. Add in 30% max health from Magneto, and you're quickly looking at an immovable behemoth. As for his abilities, Blob's basic is heavy-handed. Attack primary target for 340% damage and apply slow. If the target has disrupted, change the target's speed bar by 20%. This basic's not bad, slow remains one of the better debuffs, and the damage scaling is pretty average. The ability to rewind speed bar against disrupted targets is a nice perk, especially alongside Pyro. Blob's special is Meat Shield. This ability costs 4 energy and is ready on turn 2. Copy all positive effects from Brotherhood allies to this character, attack primary target for 350% damage, attack all adjacent targets for 320% damage. This ability actually makes Blob insane, as he can copy all of Juggernaut's buffs. If timed correctly, you can feed him 2 turn defense up, immunity, death proof, 2 stacks of regen, and if you run Mystique on the team and she copies a bunch of buffs, Blob can become a nightmare pretty quick. Blob's ultimate is Belly Flop. This ability costs 5 energy and starts full, attack primary and all adjacent targets for 460% damage. What is there to say about this ability? It looks fun, and it's gonna hurt. Blob's passive is Solid Mass. On spawn, gain offense up for 2 turns. When a Brotherhood ally drops below 50% health, gain Taunt. On enemy turn, apply +1 deflect up to a maximum of 3 to adjacent allies. Gain 50% resistance. Brotherhood allies gain 50% resistance. Gain 25% chance to counterattack. Gain 25% chance to counterattack per Brotherhood ally. This passive really solidifies Blob as a character. The offense up on spawn means he'll nearly always be the target of a Coulson ult, and even if he's not, he'll jump in and taunt as soon as someone drops below 50%. He gives out tons of deflects to his nearby teammates on every enemy turn, and he counterattacks. A lot. He has 100% counterattack on a full Brotherhood team. This means he'll pepper in tons of free damage. This is just awesome. So Brotherhood 2.0 looks to be a Coulson team's worst nightmare, and their added survivability means they'll have an easier time closing out fights that they didn't outright win with their opening combo, so I can't wait. Now we're going to switch gears though and talk about the Queen of Latveria, Ironheart. Ironheart has tough shoes to fill, potentially replacing Vision on the Power Armor team. After all, Vision brings 2 turn defense up on spawn to the entire Power Armor team, a turn 1 ability block with good focus, a potent turn 2 AoE, so how can Ironheart hope to replace Vision as the new best 5th for Power Armor? Well, by also doing exactly all of that, and more. First, we'll take a look at her stats. Clocking in at a moderate 116 speed, Ironheart boasts incredible armor and excellent focus, along with decent damage and mediocre health. While she will gain 15% max health from her passive, it's the defense up on spawn and the insanely high armor that really contribute to her survivability. I also want to note that her speed makes her the second fastest on Power Armor, trailing a mere 1 speed behind Rescue. Now let's break down her kit. Ironheart's basic is Prototype Repulsors. Attack primary target for 320% damage, gain an assist from Iron Man. Decent damage with a free assist, not too shabby. Ironheart's special is Deploy Flares. This ability costs 4 energy and starts full. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 180% damage. Change speed bar of primary and adjacent targets by 20%. Apply ability block to the primary target. Taking a page out of Vision's playbook, this ability exchanges the multi-target ability block for a single target ability block, but with added speed bar rewind to a group of adjacent enemies. I say that's more than a fair trade considering it's still a turn 1 low cooldown ability. Ironheart's ultimate is Heartbreaker. This ability costs 6 energy and is ready on turn 2. Attack all enemies for 260% damage and apply defense down for 2 turns. In war, gain 100,000% extra focus for this attack. Now this is where Ironheart really earns her spot as the Power Armor 5th. Going just after Rescue, she'll fire off this offensed up AoE that is also going to apply 2 turn defense down to all enemies, and in war she'll have an extra 100,000% focus for applying them. This magnifies the devastation of the Power Armor Wombo combo considerably, and I can't wait. Finally, Ironheart's passive is Prodigy. On spawn, apply defense up to self and all Power Armor allies for 2 turns, gain 40% resistance, tech allies gain 40% resistance, gain 15% max health, Power Armor allies gain 15% max health, gain 15% armor, Power Armor allies gain 15% armor. Ironheart continues her trend of one-upping Vision on this team by not only providing the defense ups on spawn, but also giving them 40% resistance, 15% max health, and 15% armor. No complaints from me, I for one welcome our new Wombo Combo Overlords. But so there you have it. New characters, old teams, and a healthy improvement to war offense teams overall. I'm really hyped as these were already two of my favorite teams in the game and they both just got a lot meaner. So what about you guys though? Which team are you guys more excited to use? Brotherhood 2.0 or Power Armor 2.0? Let me know in the comments below and one lucky winner will get $10 worth of power cores, which I'll announce in the next video. Otherwise, thank you guys for checking this video out. If you enjoyed it, please consider clicking that subscribe button as that's how I measure my self-worth. Also, anyone is welcome to join my Discord server, which is discord.gg/Khasino, where we have blitz predictions, infographics, videos, data mines, content creator Q&A, and more. Otherwise, that's all I've got for you for now, but I will see you guys real soon. Until then,